Here we go. Bro, I ain't had a cut in like, when's the last time I was here? At least a month, yeah.
At least a month.
Nah, this is the first one of the year. I ain't had a haircut since the New Year.
Since Christmas.
So that's probably been, what, 6 weeks?
Jeez. Come on, bro.
I know, bro.
You're a whole content creator, influencer. You ain't gonna always be behind the camera.
I know.
Nah, I mean, unless you was just, on your Afrocentric.
I was so busy, and then I was like, bro, I just don't even care. Right? Like, it's not like I'm trying to impress anybody.
It get like that sometimes.
I'm just like, bro.
But a haircut.
Oh, and we're gonna cut the beard down.
All right, to brush it.
Yeah, to be able to brush it. I'm about to regrow it back out. I think.
You ever tried to grow your hair out?
A long time ago. So.
But not since you've been an adult.
Yeah, I ain't done that. But I usually cut down the beard or cut it off once a year and just like regrow it out. Especially when I get to a point that I ain't really like take care of it like I need to. So it's not like as healthy as it should. So I just
I think I'm done with the beard.
Oh yeah, it's over with now.
It's over with. Even if I could get it like that, I'll probably be fine. But just one side thick and the other side stringy, that's just looking for them. And I'm a barber. And it don't matter what I do.
Man, no derma roller, no nothing.
That stuff don't work, man. That stuff don't work. It's all in your mind.
So I'm gonna cut it down and regrow it out. During the pandemic, I get because I was like locked. I had nothing else to do but like focus on. My beard was like, oh my gosh, it ain't been like that great and luscious since then. So I'm gonna try to do a better job this one, man, and getting it right. But yeah, about the show, I mean, so I look at it this way. All right, so you got Baton Rouge Barbers, right?
Right.
You have, J. Keeley Sports, Black House Sports, all that good stuff. You got your different lanes. I think it'll be also a good place to kind of like centralize everything. And so not only that, it'll be more of a focus of you in general. Like, it'll be also a place that you can talk about the different avenues of different stuff that, that you venture out into. But now it's like, who's branded though?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see you doing this, I'm talking this, but who are you? What are your thoughts on different things and different stuff like that?
Okay, so for that, I'll probably be something different on here. I'll probably would be more open.
And that would be the whole point. That would be the whole point. So like I'm thinking kind of like, I'm going off like not like when we first just sat down and talked in the at the library, but I'm trying to like, I'm trying to build more like general authentic conversations. Like,
so testimonies and solutions. Like things you've been through, things that people probably going through, and solving a problem or just having an outlet to let them know that we can talk about it.
I think that's because I think there's a space that's needed. Because what I feel honestly is what we used to have like in OG barbershops, but now that's kind of been lost. Yeah. But there wasn't a level of transparency you could have in the barbershop. Like you could talk about certain stuff, but you couldn't talk about everything. And so I think that's just kind of like building that platform of two people, different spectrums, similarities, polarism, and kind of see how it go. We can always bring on people. Yeah. But it kind of gives people more of an opportunity to know who you are, who I am, the different connections, networks, and everything else. Because, I mean, you're a multifaceted person. Like, you love community. You love giving back. I mean, you're working with the other, nonprofit with all of that. So it's able to kind of give a little highlight, a little shine on a little bit of everything. And just kind of go from there. I think also the beauty of it that I want to do is a lot of people never get anything off the ground because they're so focused on we need to have everything together.
Uh-huh. And I'm always telling people, man, use your phone. Take pictures with the phone. Use your phone. Record on your phone.
Right. Like literally just start. Like it's gonna build its identity. Like I want you to see the growth and everything else. And so, like I said, not only that, because I do plan, for anything, I do plan for anything to be monetized, whether it's like, oh, we got a sponsor for this episode, we got all this other stuff. So I haven't really thought about like, of course, we can create our own like social media page, for it or whatever else. Then in the meantime, like say you post everything on your own pages. And
yeah, so we was talking about that too. And I'm just the type of person, bro. I'm a team player. I'm where the team at, so we can put it on one of your pages. You got enough pages,
right?
As opposed to trying to build
from the ground up.
Yeah, start a whole nother. We already starting.
This is true. Cause like I said, I already got a following on my YouTube, and just.
I tell my homeboy he doing sports photography and stuff now. I'm like, man, straight to YouTube. If I just focused on building up my YouTube before I try to build up Instagram, I probably get way more subscribers, way more views.
So yeah, I think that's the goal. Like 30-minute episodes, whatever. And just go from there. So I gotta meet with them tomorrow. And
yeah, I like their studio too.
I think because they was like, you can have access. I mean, I can have access to the studio, but I'm not really bringing other clients in there like that to that point right now. And a lot of times I'm trying to build that I have a team. So like, I'll bring them in, but I'm not doing all the shooting and the editing and everything else. But that space to kind of put something like that out and have it set up that I have a team that once we finish, it's already cut. We didn't have to pull out no cameras. We didn't have to.
Like we could really just start showing up the shoots with just us.
Yeah, just us. Just like, all right, y'all ready? Let's get this. Whoever else we have on as a guest. But I think like first couple of episodes, just us, just kind of figuring that out. I'm already trying to make a plan. Like the first episode, I think it's always good to like, who are y'all watching? Like, so who are you watching? Like, this is Roland, this is Brandon. Who are we? How did this come apart? How do we, know each other? All that kind of stuff, and just kind of building on from there.
Yeah.
So then I'm trying to do my first short film this year.
Man.
I got I'm setting up.
Mine.
You did yours?
Yeah.
Like I said, we still flow within a lot of different lanes while still doing individual stuff and whatnot. And I think that's the beauty of it. But yeah, like I just reached out to some friends that own a production company, and they was like, we're serious. If you want to do it, we'll help you. So now I want to sit down and see like the reality from their end, because they do like all the way. They got the DP, AC.
What I want to learn though is like the dimensions. The dimensions, the quality, TV quality, like how to export just to get that quality. Because most of the time, the videos get distorted.
Right.
On YouTube, I was looking at a video just not long ago, and I'm like, dang.
So you in Final Cut, right?
Yeah.
Final Cut should have its presets.
I do.
And it still distorts your video?
YouTube, it did.
Even with they YouTube?
I don't know if it was on their end. It didn't look like that on my end.
Right.
It looked like that on their end.
So was it like, was this like immediately after you,
Yeah.
So you do know it takes time for it to like, if you shoot it. And so that's why a lot of people will schedule out their YouTube content. Because sometimes for my stuff in 4K, it may take 20 minutes, it may take 4 hours. And so I schedule everything out. So when people do play it, now this is the thing that I hate, but it is reality. Most people watch YouTube in 720p.
Yeah.
So You know, they not worried about upscaling it to 1080 and 4K. And I'm like, you're not even seeing it. They were like, oh man, this is beautiful.
I shot this video in 4K, but it don't look like 4K. It look like it don't look as sharp as it did like on the laptop and when I was editing.
So now you are, I mean, either way, you're still gonna lose a little bit of quality because there is a little bit of compression. So, you know, you kind of have to play around with even my YouTube videos, they're still a little bit less in quality. I shoot all my YouTube videos in 4K. Now, this video right here, I'm shooting 1080. I'm not, because it's also still just a test to put in my, for these pieces, but there is that. I mean, and for almost all your stuff, it's almost like a little cheat code. So even like, you know, exporting to IG and TikTok, like I got like specific presets now that work for me when I export. Because I downgraded, I don't export anything for social media in 4K. It might be shot in 4K, but it's going to get exported to 1080 because they're going to compress it anyway. So if you compress it first yourself, that's what retains the quality. If Instagram or TikTok or Facebook compresses it, it's going to look like crap. And there's no way around it. And I still got to get you them LUTs.
Bro, you gotta give me them LUTs. I don't know why I ain't been hit you up though, but I need them LUTs.
Cause like I said, they work. I've been using them not just on that.
I want to see what they look like in the gym.
So, and I need to get everything perfected. There's like 2 more I'm really working on that I want to include in the package. But so I can. This a
LUT that you was working on like in edit somewhere?
No, I've been working on these for the last year.
How you create a LUT though?
So a LUT is basically like a preset in Photoshop, right? So if you literally take like a specific coloring, like say if I like this specific color, and then it basically, like if I did all these presets of like in the lumetri color panel or whatever, or how you color grade in Final Cut, and I put this over multiple different types of footage. It's basically the same, and I like this specific look. Then it's going to allow you to save what is called like a cube file. There's an like a cube file that you export it as, and that's basically your LUT. And so now you're putting that preset on every bit, and you just kind of work with it over multiple types of shoots, backgrounds, indoor, outdoor, cameras. And once you kind of get it locked in, then it's like, cool, I can put this over this, and then you just make your minor tweaks, and it's going to give me a consistent look. So the ones that I've been working on is everything that I've been using since last year. And I've used it on the Osmo. I've used it on both my drones. I've used it on the Z8, the Z6, the Z6 III. I've had a couple other people that shoot Sony, like, hey, just test this out. I'm pretty confident now. It's just like 1 or 2 of them that I want to make some tweaks to. And then I'll be happy to actually put that out in my store and start pushing out. But yeah, I got to send those to you. And they work on flat profile for the Z6. They work on regular profile. Of course, you don't
want to learn in video and post to like color grade the character, not the whole background. But I wanted that like in After Effects or something. Like, can you do that in Premiere?
Yeah, you can do that in Premiere.
Because I don't think you can do that in Final Cut. And if it is, I don't know how yet. Yeah.
So it's basically almost, you're either masking or you're taking like for example, like skin tone, right? And so where I can click like your skin tone in this video, and I can go into this panel that allow me to change the hue, the saturation, everything else. And so I'm so much more focusing on the skin tone or the color that's in whatever that matches in there than the whole image in itself. But it can be that. Now I am not no colorist by any means, because that's a whole different type of, people that just all they do is color grade. That's the only thing they do is color grade. They work on projects, they send it to them just to color grade the project. But I know a little bit I know enough to get my look that I want, that cinematic, that film look.
Yeah, I hadn't got that. I still just be downloading different LUTs and effects. And I just kind of, tweak the saturation and stuff from there.
Right. Are you still shooting in a flat profile?
Yeah.
Okay. And so also what we can do too, I can send you this and then you can send me a clip that you also edit in too. And then.
You got your laptop?
I do not.
Dang. I'm about to sacrifice. Send you clips of Gremlin coach.
Yeah, just we transfer it to me.
Okay.
And then like I said, I give you like the LUTs, and then you like, all right, man, this is what I came up with the LUTs and all the other stuff, and then I can show you what I did. And cause like I said, right now it's just a settings thing. Once you learn like your settings and different stuff in post, because like your stuff literally should look just like mine, cause you're shooting on the same stuff.
It'd be a good little show too. We did a video vlog of us going out shooting.
Oh yeah.
And then edit.
And so
that'd be something dope.
Nigga, that's all that is. Once you lock that in, bro, but of course with the Z6 III, I'm gonna have a little bit more color definition. Mm-hmm. I'm shooting in 10-bit.
That's Z8, boy. I was telling somebody about that. Mm-hmm. That's a monster.
Oh yeah, Z8 is a monster, yeah.
That Z8 a monster. God, dog. It's crazy how the quality changed drastically from two numbers or whatever.
I would love for them to come with like a Z7 III that would give me the same form factor, because the Z8 is a lot bigger. But a
lot.
But it is also a dual beast, because the megapixels, it's a higher megapixel, so for photos, you get better quality photos. The only thing I don't like, which I understand they didn't do, that LCD screen does not flip on the Z8. Oh. That's the only thing. But that Z6 III, oh my God.
How long yours record for?
I think like 2 hours.
Straight?
Straight.
The memory card? You gotta send me that. What you got? Salt pick?
No, so the thing is, the new Z8 and Z6 III, they got rid of that 30-minute limitation. So
29.59 to be exact.
Yeah. So now you can shoot up to 2 hours and 5 minutes before it stops, and then you have to hit record again.
Okay.
Now, of course, to get around that, if you got like an external recorder, then you wouldn't have it. It's not recording to the camera, it's recording to the external recorder. So that's how most people get around that. Yeah, it is nice. Now I was just like, bro, I need another Z6 III. I need a second one. Then I'll be golden then.
Yeah. So my shooting and shit, like with the sports stuff, I want to get away from what I've been doing and get more into live feeds. And even if it ain't live feed, it's still on the camera's on the same link, and I could just go back, cut and edit.
Oh, okay.
A little bit if I had to. If it ain't gonna be not live, but if I'm using two different cameras, as opposed to me trying to figure out which camera was doing what.
So set up at a game.
And have it feed into the laptop or the software.
And preferably live.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a few ways you can do that. And there's a few portable cameras that's really meant for that, outside of what you have, that is easier for you to set up and stream live and go for that. Just like even with my Osmo, it's set up that you can stream live from. You can connect it to your laptop or whatever and live stream. So you'll be able to live stream, do live reporting, live commentating. There's a few ways you can get away with that. But are you trying to have multiple camera angles or just that one wide angle?
At least two.
So in a perfect world, what would that look like? Like, what would be the camera angle? So
If I had to pick, about 4. So it'd be one overhead that's getting everything and is moving, but it's not zooming in. Then I have one underneath that is zooming everything, not on one person, but a medium shot.
Okay.
And 2 under the goal on each goal. And a moving camera. Like just one moving camera, fan reaction, cheerleaders.
So 5.
Player reaction, yeah.
Okay, in a perfect world, which means that will require 1, 2, 3, 4 camera operators.
Right.
And you that's running everything else through an OBS and everything else. Okay. But see, I think you can do that. I think the biggest thing is with you setting up somewhere where you would have good enough internet that you could connect to with good enough internet to do that. Because I know you've seen like the transmitters that you put on any of your camera, then it just automatically stream to that. Because what you would have to do, or really it might be 6 person, because in a perfect world, you would have to have your stream deck. You would have to have like an onboard monitor so a person can cut back and forth between all the angles, and then you would have your camera operators. So you're really running a live production because whoever's that with your camera operators, everybody got their headset on, and like ready camera 1, cutting camera 1, ready camera 2, cut camera 2, all that kind of stuff. So I think the easiest way, if you did have a wide, so say we're just doing basketball, you had a wide and then you had 2 other camera ops that could still scan between the game and the crowd, while live commentating. That would be dope though. I ain't gonna lie to you. But that's where you would get in with that, and so it can work. But that's gonna be a little healthy setup.
Because it's hefty now just with 2 cameras.
Right.
We have a 3rd camera, but we don't have a 3rd operator.
Right. But I think you can work around like camera options. It's going to be to set up the foundation of getting everything set up for like live streaming, cutting and production in that sense. Because in that sense, the cameras are just rolling. They're not recording. Because everything is being transmitted to that OBS, that stream deck, and you can record directly to the stream deck through an SD card or whatever else for backup. But outside of that, you're doing everything live in that sense. So it's kind of like even like in church when they do their production and everything else and whatnot. It just kind of just depends on that. But it can be done. You just have to price everything out and see how
Oh yeah, about 30 grand.
I don't even think it'll be 30 grand.
30 grand.
It'll be on 30 grand because
it'll be enough though.
It'll be enough because I think the other thing you would have to have is like a legit, like premium hotspot as well as a backup.
Yeah, for sure.
Just in case, but I think that'll work. I think that'll work for football games as well too. But I think if you pull that off, then you can really show something that's different where you can get paid to cover certain games. Oh no, we need to have, whatever the name it would be, come out for this, or this is a premier game, we need this and that. So it can work. It definitely can work. But that's where planning and pre-production come into. And that's really also that's where it really comes down, even biblically, where it says literally have the plan, have the vision, write it down, make it plain.
Yeah.
Like literally write everything down, detail by detail. You literally go do the research, what exactly that you need. You write everything down. You write down the pricing of it, the people that you need, the resources that you need. You literally make a list and you just pray over it. That's what I do. And then, you know, you go back 3 months, 6 months, and you start checking stuff off the list and you didn't realize it.
So if you don't have a list and you ain't checking nothing off.
Exactly. So
I still got these mics sitting in my cart.
we're about to find out. Now I give you my honest thoughts on it. Once I put all this stuff together. So far I like it. It's quick, man. It's just so quick to set up. Quicker than the other mics that you just gave back.
They just so small. You know, they just convenient.
Yeah, they convenient. You'll forget them on the people too. Quick. Literally, like, you ain't got to worry about. You literally just pull them out. As soon as you pull them out the case, they turn on. You put up your cable. You set your audio volume. You set what you want. By press a button, you know, noise reduction or whatever, and you just go on and start moving. And these come with the connection with to phones as well. So if you're just filming on the phone, you just want to get some clean audio. So for the price though, you can't beat it though.
I know.
You really can't.
But you know, sometimes the more expensive, the more better we feel like the quality is. And sometimes that is not the most case.
Right. And so I like them. Is there better quality in audio out there? Yes. But for the price point and what you're just trying to get done, that's you really can't beat it.
Yeah, bro. So when I do this show, that barber show, I just seen it being a modern day talk show. You know what I'm saying? Like, not a podcast, I guess that's the terminology these days, but like a real life TV show. Actually, you know, getting into the depth of stuff, like getting into some life changing conversation.
All right.
Because it's like, where does the barber go to vent, and besides a therapist, if they even have a therapist?
All right.
But where does the therapist go? Everybody need a place to, you know, go. And if you know, especially if you're a storyteller, you want to share your story with people.
Right.
It's a safe space. You listen and you don't judge.
Yeah. I like it. In fact, I need to ask my sister to create us a logo. And I like it, bro. But outside of that, I'm not putting none of this, like, in any episode or anything. But how's life at home, man? What's going on, man?
It's good. Every time I think about this whole moving in, I'm like, we ain't got it. This not nothing that we even talked about. It's just all in my head. And it's just like, man, I know like the enemy is just trying to like confuse me.
So when you saying like what's giving you pause for concern out here? What's
nothing for real. You know, it's just like, damn, my space, damn, my peace type. It's not like no real concern at all. It's just, you know, my thoughts, my mind started playing tricks on me. Like, you know, this ain't the one, this ain't it, this ain't the one. Nothing that she doing is showing that. But the closer she tried to get with God, the enemy, you know, fight against that with the people around her. So it's a lot of different attacks that come into play. Okay.
And that's why I like true community, and like the community that you're supposed to be around is so important. And everybody can't walk through the same door as you.
Right.
So as you start to elevate, people will have to drop off, so God can replace the people that need to be around you. And a lot of times we hold on to people too long.
Yeah.
And it causes our own demise. Nah, bro, I understand that, bro. Like, first of all, like, are you like don't like commitment?
I'm not a person that don't like commitment. I'm a person that runs away from commitment.
Any reason why?
I don't know. I could go to childhood, I guess, but I honestly really don't know. So by me bowling, I hadn't had to compete for nothing since, I don't know. I never had to compete. I never did like recreational sports after I graduated high school. Like I never did anything that was like competition wise. So I never had to actually fight. I always was just like, well, it's like with relationships, shit. Lose one, get another one, you know? Like I never was fighting. I never fought for a relationship. My marriage, I fought for my marriage, but that was it. After that, I would just let shit go. Put up no fight.
Wait, so you was married before?
Yeah.
Hold up.
Yeah, I was married, like a real wedding married.
Oh wow!
Like
so
people at the wedding reception.
Okay,
all of that.
so take me to that. Like give me the the background on all of that. Timeline and stuff like that.
When I met her, she had a kid in high school, but we got closer to her family. Her mama, she was the one who like helped me give my life to Christ.
Okay.
Because the path I was going down, I couldn't even see. And there was just a lot of stuff happening at the time. So there was a lot of stuff that, I did as young and what she did young. And we didn't know how to communicate well with each other. So me, I was just like, well, I got to marry her. Because, I don't see no reason why not. Because who else I'm going to be with? Where else I'm going to go? So that's how I looked at it.
Okay.
And I thought that was the right thing to do. And then she ended up getting pregnant, got married, and we worked for a while, but I had to work a lot. And I didn't know, we navigate. I'm 20, just turned 21.
Oh.
Yeah, we was young.
Okay.
With 2 kids.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay.
A lot of stuff she was trying to do still. A lot of stuff I wasn't trying to do because I'm like, shit, we grown, like we got real bills to pay now. Like, so we couldn't really get on the same page when it came to that. I didn't know how to love her. I didn't know, like we didn't grow together.
Okay. We
just grew out of touch with each other. So after that, I just did what I wanted to do. And it didn't pertain being in no more serious relationships to get married.
So how long were y'all together?
About 4 years.
Okay.
It was like 4 years in your teen, the young adult life. Then we had a kid together, so we was together. So
was it like a bad breakup? Was it mutual?
No, it was horrible.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was terrible, horrible. Like we cordial now, but it's still not, like we don't have to talk to each other.
So just enough to kind of like barely co-parent.
Right, if we did that, I don't think we did the minimum co-parent. We just had our parents with us.
Okay. That's a lot right there. And so like, okay. That makes sense though. That makes a lot of sense. So do you feel like, any of those, when you start thinking about like that type of commitment, like any of those emotions like creep up in the same way or? Okay. Yeah,
and there's a lot of stuff that I don't want to get triggered by. So a lot of stuff I just put in the back of my mind, let it do whatever.
Okay. Like, do you know like your triggers and different stuff like that?
Not until it happened.
It sounds like something you're going to have to face, man. That's the only way to get over that hurdle. And I think like, a lot of people, or we all have like or been told like a false reality, like on marriage. Like marriage is not just roses and everything else. It's work. Just like any real relationship, it's work. Platonic or anything else for you to grow. And if you are not growing together, you will grow apart. So you have to put in the commitment and the time to know that like, yo, to the day we die, we're working on this. And I think the biggest also other attack, because a lot of people don't understand that marriages are actually ministries. Like, once you're married and what you're doing together and for God's purpose and His glory is going to help and free other people. So naturally there will be a huge attack on it. But when two become one and you have that three threaded cord with God in the middle, then, you can be unstoppable. But yes, just like any relationship, there's gonna be the highs, there's gonna be some lows, but it's all worth it in the end.
Yeah.
When two people on the same accord pushing towards that. Yeah, them triggers and past trauma, that definitely has to be addressed. Does she really know to the depths of a lot of that?
No, I don't think so. I don't think she do. I feel like she don't.
I mean, that's also a good conversation to have. It also helps you with clarity of what you're trying to do moving forward long term. And the great thing is I get to learn from all my other friends who are married, and then some that I'm like almost 10 years, and year 5 almost didn't make it and stuff like that. Like for one of them, they never discussed parenting styles until they got married. Till they had their first child. And come to find out, they're literally on two opposite spectrums on how to raise and parent a child. And I was like, that alone, almost broke them up. And I was like, I couldn't even imagine. I was like, bro, y'all didn't talk about that. For her, she's always just willy-nilly, like, just let them figure it out with no structure. And, he's on the opposite end, or more so how I grew up.
Right.
So we grew up the same. Like, I grew up in a small town, small community. They didn't have to be my parents to tell me, what's right or wrong or correct and everything, because it takes a village. And there is some freedom in structure, but if I don't train you up right in the way and show you, then you're just going to do, naturally you're going to do what's wrong. Because that's just how we are. But yeah. And so, I mean, it works for me, the kids being my godsons, because me and the father grew up very similar, and our families were family friends. So his mama can call me now and tell me to do something, and then I'm gonna hop there and go do it. Yeah, I think that might be a good conversation to have.
Yeah, I feel like conversation is needed though, with just a lot of stuff, not really just that.
So the question is, what's stopping you from having that conversation though?
The uncomfortableness.
Well, that's never gonna go away.
Nuh-uh. Just like anything else, it's always uncomfortable before you do it, and then once you start doing it, you like, damn, why I ain't been do it? Why I ain't been so?
Exactly. There you go.
So it's not like I don't know, I just ain't done.
Well, tomorrow ain't promised, man.
That's a fact.
Well, that's one thing I've learned. And another piece of advice, I can tell you something that I've learned, that God showed me, that there's moments that qualify seasons. And sometimes if we miss the moment, we sacrifice the season that God wanted us to walk into. And sometimes that season may never come back around. So for example, like even with, and a lot of people look at it a different way, but even like with the Israelites in the Promised Land, right? 11-day journey turned into 40 years, and they never seized the moment to qualify for the season. So they died in the wilderness. That was only supposed to take 11 days. On top of that, they died what they wanted because they kept complaining and talking about the past, being back in Egypt, being in the wilderness back then, instead of going into the place where God wanted them to be at, and they wouldn't have none of these issues. Like I said, tomorrow's not promised, and we don't know the time cycle that God wants us to do things in. So that's also something to pray about. A lot of times we sit there and like, oh, I got time, when really we don't.
Talk to Mary?
Man, I ain't talked to her in I don't know how long, but she's just so busy doing her thing. I mean, on top of that, like, to be honest with you, I was doing more for her. Like that relationship was more of like, you're benefiting more from my presence than I am. And it's been like that. I understand like that because, like I said, she was at one point my mentee. You know, I taught her this, and that, but it's like I'm not really getting, you know, any value. And then the biggest thing was, you know, like the mics that she used for like her correspondence stuff. I gave her all that.
Yeah.
And so, and the other system, the one that you use, the new one, I literally took on a project or a review where they sent me out that just for she, you know, because she been using in bar.
The ones you gave me?
Yeah.
The
Yeah, the comicas,
okay.
but she got the upgraded version because she always needed to borrow mine. And I was like, look, I got this opportunity. All I need to do is make a YouTube review of it. And then you can have them because I really don't need them because I still use the original comicas. I don't really need nothing else. And so I was like, look, all you got to do is like just make me, you know, a little 5-minute video of you using it, your thoughts and everything else, and I'm gonna just tie it in the review. And so keep asking for it, don't get it. And so I'm like, okay. It's good enough for you to, you know, and necessary for enough for you to do all your correspondent work and all the other stuff. But the agreement, the only reason you have them is because I put my name out there. And so you pretty much burned me. So where is my wallet? It is what it is. So I'm just like, okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So you pretty much burned me on that. So I was like, and then on top of that, man, that award show, was really like a striking point for me. I would zoom in real quick. I think it's still stuck on you. Oh well, don't worry about it. There we go. Come on. There we go. I'm like a brand new person.